Dom DeMarco.
Alright, motherfuckers, y'all heard it here first. The Chicago show on the NBA Youngboy Master Tour has been canceled due to the Lil Durk beef. So we're going to get into this right away and see what's going on. Come on, let's check it out.
I'm sure by now many of you have already heard that NBA Youngboy's tour date, which was scheduled for Chicago, has been canceled just days before it was set to go down. And of course, there's mixed reviews about it being canceled, where you have some people who feel that it should still go down, despite whatever safety measures are being considered. But then you have those that say no, it's not only a safety issue for the attendees, but it's also a safety issue for the city. Now y'all know with social media being social media, you're never going to please everyone, and I say that because of a few reasons. If NBA Youngboy is allowed to perform and something happens, then of course they're going to blame the city of Chicago or the United Center for
that's gonna be such a lawsuit. I didn't even think of that.
Knowing the heated tension between NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk, OTF, and the whole O Block. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't, because of course, aside from that particular group, NBA Youngboy does have a lot of fans in Chicago. Hell, even some of the guys who he's now beefing with in Chicago, he used to be a fan of his music before they started beefing. You even have some O Block members that admitted that even after the tension started between them, they were still listening to NBA Youngboy's music. So once again, it's safe to say,
dude, for the last like 3 years since this has ever been brought up, I always said I don't think you should have been going to Chicago in the first place. I feel like this was all like a brand thing. They knew they were going to cancel the show, bro. Conspiracy theory right now, bro. I think they knew they were going to cancel this shit from the get. Fuck, I did not mean to push that sound effect. My bad. I think they knew they were going to cancel this since it was announced, bro. There was no way they were going to go perform in Chicago in front of everybody there. No way. Let me know if y'all think that, bro, because I think there is no way in hell.
The NBA Youngboy is in high demand when it comes to performing in Chicago, but it's more of a safety issue than anything.
Yeah.
Now, at first, when it came out that NBA Youngboy's tour date in Chicago was canceled, everybody thought it was just a rumor. However, when you go on Ticketmaster itself to try and purchase a ticket, you aren't able to do so. And if you need even more confirmation, NBA Youngboy's manager also took to Instagram to confirm that the tour date is in fact canceled, and he's telling the people of Chicago who's to blame for it. So we're going to get into all that, and I also want to hear what y'all think about this decision afterwards. So before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
All right.
Now, after it was announced that NBA Youngboy's tour date was canceled in Chicago, you would have mixed opinions. Shout out to International Drill Music because they're the ones that
I didn't think it should have went down in the first place, bro. I never thought so.
People would jump into the comment section to show their feelings towards the decision. Now, one user would say, quote, "Goofy dude scared for real." Another user,
bro, wait, hold on. Let me go, guys. You might want to skip this part because I'm doing my investigative shit, bro. Let's see. Like, I always be curious just to see like the type of morons we deal with. So let's see. This dude got OTF in his shit, bro. If I go on this dude's Instagram right now and it is not a legitimate OTF dude, bro, I'm reporting his shit. Because that's meat writing at an all-time high. Let me see this, bro. Hold on. OTF. Oh, the official. All right. Let's see this. All right. We got his shit. Bro, there's some dude with 700. I hope the camera's focusing it. There's some dude with 700 followers who I don't even think he's from Chicago, bro. Look at this. Bro, look. Like, this is why we don't take the internet serious or no comments, none of that shit. Because look at this, bro. This dude got something to say about this shit. Calling people scared, bro. It's just like, I'm not trying to meet Rod Youngboy. Oh, my God, bro. My God. I'm not trying to meet Rod Youngboy or none of that, bro. It's just like, if this was Lil Durk, I would have said the same thing. This hella corny, bro. Y'all in the comments acting like y'all part of the beef. I swear on everything. Give it up, bro. You got OTF in your bio and not one OTF member knows you.
Another user would say, quote,
I hate that.
They was going to shoot that and shove.
Now that's true.
Lastly, another user
I believe
would say,
that.
quote, I know O-Block and them happy as hell because you know they wasn't going to do ish. Now, it even got down to D-Thing's baby mother, who goes by the name of Fat Fat, who's actually affiliated with Lil Durk as she bears his niece and nephew, and would take to her Twitter to say, quote, I'm so happy they canceled that concert. Then she would say,
They
free
should.
Smirk. Now, speaking of that, let's make something very clear. I see a lot of people saying things like free Dirk, or just alluding that Dirk may have had something to do with what took place. But let me say this. I'm about 99% sure that Dirk didn't have anything.
You're 99. I'm 110% sure, bro. Lil Durk did not get none of this shit canceled, bro. Hell no. Guys, let's be realistic. What really happened here is most likely the city of Chicago said we do not want to be held liable for this event, because if something happens on our grounds, they could sue the fuck out of the city for a shit ton of money. Anybody. They don't want to be held liable for that shit. That's more likely what it is. And they're thinking, get held liable if something goes wrong, which is pretty likely considering the situation, or piss off a bunch of fans. Easy fucking choice, right? I don't know where we get this culture where we think these rappers are like just Zeus or some shit. He's behind bars, bro. Let it go. Oh my God, bro. He did not do none of this.
To do with it. Like I said earlier, it's more of a safety concern than anything, or maybe it was a whole play by NBA Youngboy's camp in the first place. Someone said something interesting too.
There we go, bro. That's what I just said.
Why would the United Center wait until 2 days before the event, knowing all these same risks been there, just to cancel when it got closed? Plus, all y'all vlogging-ish part of the reason. Keep posting about, man, shoulda let it just happen. Top wasn't tripping. And exactly. Why would they cancel 2 days right before the show, knowing
I think
that
they were
the
going to
risks
do
they're
that
alleging
from
as the
the
reason
jump,
it was canceled are the same risks that's been there since they wanted to schedule the date in the first place? However, here's what I personally think, y'all. I think NBA Youngboy and his team knew the whole time they weren't going to go.
What I just say,
they
bro.
knew that the show wasn't going to happen.
So
if y'all remember
agree.
in the past, they tried to set it up before, but the city automatically shut it down. So what changed? But I think it was never going to happen in the first place, and Youngboy's team just used it as marketing for the tour to keep him relevant and people talking about it. As y'all know, controversy sells. It's simple as that. And the more the Chicago date is mentioned and talked about, the more people was interested in the concept, period. But to think that Little Durk has enough pull to shut down a whole tour date for another artist is insane. Y'all give some of these celebrities a little too much power.
A little too much.
Speaking of that, Blazing Doll will also put her 2 cents in when it comes to people thinking that Durk has something to do with the performance not being able to happen. She would take to her Facebook to say, quote, Durk ain't pull them strings, boo. He couldn't even get an earlier trial date. Then in another post, she would say, quote, now I'm finna ride past the O and play I Hate NBA Youngboy, cause they bogus as hell, G. Now, NBA Youngboy's manager would speak out about the canceled show and also tell the fans who was behind it. He would take to his IG story and say, quote, at United Center, checked out, laughing emoji. In another post, he would say, quote, shout out to Joe Myra at United Center. He didn't want us to have fun, scary. Then in the last post, he would expose who Joe actually is and caption it saying, quote, it's okay, everyone. Joe just sits behind a desk and got nervous. And this is like the most ignorant thing to say, especially
right. That's why I keep doing the sound effect.
And it's funny because, like he said, Joe sits behind a desk, but clearly it's not about him. It's about putting the community in danger. It's about making sure innocent people aren't affected because
no. It's really about making sure the city don't lose no more money. Bro, if somebody gets hurt at a massive event like this that they shouldn't have had in the first place, they're going to sue the shit out of the city, bro. And it is over from there, bro. Chicago is going to have to pay restitution. That's really what it comes down to. That's why they would have never let it happen in the first place. This was all just a pyramid scheme and a marketing strategy. Let's be for real. All right? Let's call a spade a spade. That's what's going on, bro. They got everyone, though. They gypped us.
None of these guys can shoot well anyway. So let's say a shooting was to happen, and then a bullet hits an innocent baby, kid, or even a mother. Then what? Did they not learn from the Mellow Buck shooting?
Whose mom is going to be at this?
Unalive for bullets.
Never mind, bro. It's
who
Youngboy.
may have not even been for them. So whether Joe is sitting behind his desk or not, it's about protecting your establishment and your business, because if something goes down, then the United Center will be held accountable. But these guys don't understand business.
Exactly.
And it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because then if he did allow NBA Youngboy to come and something happened, then everyone would be blaming the United Center in the city for even allowing them to come.
Right.
But also, seeing his manager speak like this made me realize one thing. These teams and labels that are behind these artists really don't care about them. It's not about being scared or weak, but it's common sense due to a safety concern. But yet, these labels and their team would sit there and put an artist in the line of danger and jeopardize their safety, all for the sake of just making money or trying to prove a point. See how that works? As a manager or anybody associated with...
Bro, like, guys, you guys got to remember, as much as we want to shit on the labels and all that, it's their job. Their job is to promote. Their job is to sell tickets. Their job is not to treat Youngboy like he's one of their children or something. Youngboy, throughout history, and I'm a Youngboy fan saying this, has put his motherfucking self in danger. He's gotten himself in a million different beefs, hella different arrests, so many baby mama problems I can't even count. So I am not even going to look at the label and expect them to have any concern for this dude's safety. Like, he don't even have concern for his own safety. Like, I ain't gonna lie, they tripping with that one. But I think this was just a pyramid scheme, straight up. That's literally the whole premises of this.
With NBA Youngboy, you shouldn't even be encouraging this BS. And if something actually does happen, then what? But if y'all remember, like Leon Cohen, who is widely known for being in singing positions at Warner Music, Def Jam, and 300, and now the music chief for YouTube, he said on The Breakfast Club that he has people to feed. Y'all let that sink in. Now, King Von's sister,
it's fair, bro.
To the show being canceled.
It's a good point.
This is what she had to say. Y'all check this out,
bro.
I have something to say because I was waiting for that mayor, whoever be canceled our people's concert. I was waiting for them to let that concert go on, because at the end of the day, when it's Sosa, Dirk, and one of us, they be so thirsty to cancel a concert, talking about what's gonna go on, or they can't come back to Chicago. But y'all was gonna let this man have a concert in Chicago. Like, I was just sitting around waiting. I'm like, because that doesn't make sense. Anytime one of our guys want to do something in Chicago, they cancel it. So it's just like Dirk had to start pushing peace and being more positive for him to even start back doing shows and doing things in Chicago. So first off, I don't, but yeah, I was just waiting, like, because that would have been crazy. At the end of the day, I just wanted that show to go on to be funny. And oh, I'm in your city, aha. But look now, aha, you can't even do the show. And now you people from Chicago, y'all hear it. And I don't like y'all hear it. And then y'all keep saying, oh, nobody wasn't gonna do nothing anyway. First off, people is in jail, people is gone, like, and at the end of the day, people is gonna have hella security, the feds. Come on, y'all know the police is gonna have it locked down. Stop trying to act like this y'all first rodeo.
Yeah, bro, like, for years I've said that too. She actually hit the spot on that. As far as Youngboy and his team himself, I don't think nothing was ever gonna happen to none of them. They're gonna have security, FBI. They're gonna have that shit patted down. The danger is for, like, the people who attend catching stray bullets and shit. Because, guys, there is someone dumb enough in this world to try something with them, especially in Chicago. Come on, y'all know how Chicago is. But, like, as far as Youngboy and his team go, I don't think nothing was ever gonna happen to them anyways. So, like, she is right about that. I'll give her that.
Of somebody coming to Chicago to perform or do some stuff, like, them people be having real life police. Even if he was gonna still have a concert, them people was gonna have it locked up. Y'all know that. Like, anybody risking their life to go do some crash out dumb shit like that is insane.
I mean, it is Chicago though.
Y'all gotta start being smarter and just start thinking about things. But half of y'all are kids and not even in the streets, and we see half of the stuff that's going on now.
I mean, it's Chicago though, bro.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is
nothing in Chicago
the streets
surprises
is dead,
us
like,
no more, bro.
So at the end of the day, like, nobody cares, but it's like, the concert is not happening. Like, if it's feeling that froggy, go hang your nuts. Go hang on somebody's block or something, like, you know. But Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Now, what she was saying.
All right, so quick little recap. I think this was all just a pyramid scheme, bro. Let's just keep it real. I think they were never gonna do the show. I don't think it was ever a consideration to even let this motherfucker come in here and perform. I think it was a pyramid scheme from the jump, from the very beginning, and I think it marketed him very well. It marketed the tour very well, and it built hype. But when the day came, they stuck to the plan. They were never gonna do it, guys. I think that's probably the smartest thing, to be honest. Hey, I'm not mad at rappers at this point who want to just like, you know, build hype. I really don't care. Honestly, I honestly think that's better than the crash out shit. It pisses fans off who are diehard and want to see some bullshit, but like, I can't be mad at provocative marketing. I really can't. So honestly, kudos to Youngboy. Kudos to his team. I salute y'all. I'm actually very proud of y'all because y'all did something smarter than most of these dumbass rappers. So keep it up, bro. Do another fake show. I'm really not mad at it from the bottom of my heart. Good job, bro.